Hey guys, it's B here, and welcome back to the main phase. So as you may know, the update to Master Duel came out a few days ago, and with it came a bunch of new cards. So I wanted to go through those cards and talk about what impact they could have on an R format, and generally overall what they could be doing for the format. So there are two new sets. There's Beyond Speed and there's Ruler's Mask. So we'll jump into Beyond Speed first, and we'll just look at the cards included in the pack, because it only contains cards. So let's first look at the end cards. Okay, so in terms of ends, some of this stuff is old stuff, but some of this stuff is new. So we have some parts of the new Noble Knight stuff. So this one isn't amazing, but it can search equip spells, which could be good in some stun strategies, because it can search. It can be used to search Moon Mirror Shield. Other than that, what else do we have? I don't think we have that much new in terms of comments from the set, to be honest. So let's if I missed anything, you can let me know in the comments, of course. Let's jump into the rares. Okay, so for the rares, we've actually got some decent staples here. We've got Dispatcher Artsy, which is a generic link monster. So basically this can just be used to protect your other monsters, but it's not amazing. It's just a sort of like deterrent. More importantly, though, it's another dark link too, which can be useful in certain decks. Perhaps if they want to end on it, as opposed to say a Pentastag. We also have Armor Dragon Shell. This is a card, to be honest. Uh, the second effect, the effect in the graveyard is okay. If you had a way of milling it, then you could draw some cards quite easily. But the the tribute effect to target three of the synchros in your graveyard is not very great. And I don't think there's many situations where you'd want to make this over a Muddy Mud Dragon, unless you're like don't have any resources for it. Actually, oh, wait a minute. It's even a hard once per turn, so it's not like you can equip it to you can't equip it to a copy of the invoked Purgatrio, or like there's other monsters that can attack everything. Doom Chimera Dragon, and then draw cards for each monster your opponent controls. It's not great. We've got Wish Converging Dragon. Now this is mainly used for majestic stuff, but more importantly, it can just be used as link material. So you can if you can use this and just be able to summon it from your hand, and then if you control level 8 or higher synchro monster, is it dragon synchro? If it's dragon synchro, it's completely useless. Dragon, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. But there's some possibilities for this, and maybe even arrived in like these two, the Speedroid Ultra Hound and the Speedroid, what's the other one? And the Speedroid Fuki Midoshi Piper. These are really interesting to me. They seem like because they don't really. I'm pretty sure they don't lock you into wins, and we don't really have that many synchro archetypes in the game in NR right now. So I think these, if you put some effort into labbing it, these could definitely be used in some sort of synchro speedroid type deck, because we do have a lot of the speedroid main deck monsters, just not much of the extra deck. We do also have speedroid Kendama and even Excel Synchron, which could be used for the level 12 the level 12 Stardust monster. I can't remember its name off the top of my head. We've got Arriving Light. This is a way of placing a level 1 dragon on top of your deck. There's probably something that you could use with that. And the second effect, just drawing a card when a synchro monster is summoned. That's pretty decent as well, to be honest. Or summoning a tuner from hand. That's a pretty decent card, to be honest. As for the rest of it, I'm not sure about this synchron stuff. Wait, it's okay. It's okay. It's an okay card. Just swapping out your synchrons for non-synchrons is kind of a decent effect. And then also this card's really good in, I believe it's good in crawlers. Because it can summon itself from your hand if you control level 2, and it's a free 2400 beta, but it's in defense, obviously. But then, the ability to target a card you control and destroy it. This is really good with Paleos because Paleos are unaffected by monster effects, so you'd end up just being able to negate an attack for free, which is kind of decent. It's also an extender, obviously. No, it's bad. So that's oh, Takatomborg. This isn't a new card, obviously, but this card's really good. So yeah, I think a Speedroid deck could definitely. We definitely have the basis for like a Speedroid Synchro deck with stuff like Kendama and Excel Synchron. That's what I'm getting from this box. Okay, let's get into the other box. The Ruler's Mask. There's a bit more in here, so let's first get into the ends. Okay, so in this box we get the Despia, the Sue ship, and I believe yeah we also get the Magic-Key archetypes, and all three of these have some potential in the in NR. So firstly, let's go in order of the cards. So the Despias. So Despian Tragedy is a free search from deck, and while this isn't great because there isn't that much good you can search, I think there are ways you could try and like get some value off this, and I think that there's definitely like maybe link summoning, for example. It's only by card effect, but we do have dangers and stuff in the format, so maybe this could be used in like a danger deck. Then we also have Branded Opening, which is also a really good card. Just be able to summon a Despia from the deck, and then you are locked into fusion monsters, but this is a quick play spell, so you could absolutely discard a danger to trigger the danger's effect, then also be able to summon a Despian Tragedy from your deck, and not care about the fusion restriction because it's during your opponent's turn. The field spell is sadly not great because there's not much good that you can fusion summon with it. Despian Comedy. This is also not great. It's really reliant on fusion monsters, and we don't really have that many good fusion monsters in the format. Okay, then we got the Sue ships, and the Sue ships will probably need more explaining when we get to the other cards. But basically, Sue ships are an Xyz monster archetype that focuses around a level 4 normal monster called Gunkan Shoe Ship Shari. So they all revolve around that, and they can go into certain Xyz monsters, and we have that entire archetype at N and R. Personally, the archetype that I'm most excited for is the Magic-Keys. So let's get into the rares, because the Magic-Keys are mostly at rare. Okay, so Magic-Key are a normal monster focused archetype, sort of similar to Sue ships, but the difference is that this archetype has access to a lot of strong cards. So it has access to this card, Magic-Key World, which is just so nuts. So it protects your normal monsters from destruction, which is the least good effect, but when it's activated, you add a Magic-Key from deck to hand. And this can either be the ritual or the normal monster, and then during your main phase, you can add the ritual spell or fusion spell. It works as either, just by placing a card on the bottom of your deck, which is nuts. So the main two things you'll be going into is that first you need to search Mafia, which is the ritual slash fusion spell, which is basically which basically just works as both. And interestingly, you can use monsters in your deck as tribute or material, which is really cool. Of course, you need to control a normal monster, which is a bit awkward, but it's not that hard to do. But yeah, this is the ritual spell and the or fusion spell, and then it lets you go into either the beast Ancielo Bolas, which can recycle Mafia, which then can go into the ritual, but also can sort of deal with monsters that might be awkward to deal with otherwise. Like, it switches an attack position monster to defense, then it makes it lose to 1000 defense, and then when this attacks it, it gets banished when it's destroyed by battle, which can be quite useful in certain situations. Like, this can be, there's something this can be over. I can't remember what off the top of my head. And then the Batos Buster, the Mech Musket, the battle effect is a bit it's kind of awkward to resolve, especially since there isn't actually that much dark stuff in the format relative to the thing. But the ability to search any magic card on Ritual Summon is really good. It can search for another copy of the field spell. It can search for a copy of the normal monster or the Mafia. Other than that, really to note on is that the one thing that you could probably go into with the Despias is maybe you could try and build a Despia Chaos deck with Despia Proskenion. This card's decent. It's not great. It can just revive stuff from your opponent's graveyard to your field, which can be useful in certain situations. But other than that, yeah. Thanks guys for watching. I'm really excited. I think, oh yeah, we've also got this, which is just a generic level 6 Xyz monster, which is kind of decent, to be honest. But yeah, other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying the new support and the new content in Master Duel. And I hope that we get more support relatively soon, probably in like a few months. I mean, in like 2 months because of the whole uh pass thing. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the format, and I'll try and get some more videos out soon. Bye bye.